Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. Um, Today we're going to be talking about pretty much what the fuck's been going on with the Suns. Shit clearly has not been good as of recent. We just lost to the 7-win Charlotte Hornets, so that's always cool. But yeah, we're just going to get into it today, talk some ball, and just kind of see where everything's going. This is the first like live thing I've done on YouTube, so this should be interesting as far as everything goes. But I do have some updates regarding the Beal situation. Then we're just going to be talking. God, this light is actually super bright. I'm turning that off right now. That's better. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below, or in the live chat, because that's a thing now. This is a live deal, so you can put it there in the chat, and I'll be sure to get to that, read that, and hopefully answer your guys' questions. But honestly, the quality of play as of recent has not been good, as everyone has probably been watching, or um, if not, yeah, I don't know. I don't blame you. I guess if you haven't tuned into any games as of recently, but hopefully this can get better. Yeah, Bradley Beal had a great game off the bench. His first game off the bench in Philadelphia, had 25 points and 5 assists. That was an unexpected game. Um, Devin Booker against the 76ers had a double-double, 10 and 10. Didn't shoot good, though. Went 3 for 16. But then exploded tonight against Charlotte, had 40 and 10. It's frustrating, and it's kind of hard to make content, honestly, when it comes to the Suns. I mean, it's not hard. I mean, you can shit on the Suns all day, but just motivation, because watching the games as of recent have been really tough, and I've really just kind of lost my care as in what happened. So hopefully, the Suns can make some trades and some moves to help change that. So we got our first comment here. What do you think about Nurkic? I don't know if YouTube censors anything. He's fucking ass. I fucking hate Yusuf Nurkic with a passion. Um, Me and a couple of other Suns podcasters, I should say. I don't know if I qualify as a Suns podcaster because this is like the second one here, but um, who said it? Who was going to be like the most impactful player? I think it was Suns Geek. And then I think I booed him for saying that. And then I said Ryan Dunn can be the most impactful player. And then they got me back. But if you've been riding with Nurkic, I kind of feel bad, man, because he's complete ass. And you can't really use the excuse that he's the value, for what value that we got him for, or what he is right now. It's just kind of what you live with, give and take. I don't agree with that. He's fucking terrible. And as more people tune into this, you can probably tell who I'm already talking about. But yeah, I fucking hate Yusuf Nurkic, though. Seriously, he's fucking ass. Get him off my team. Send him to Guantanamo Bay. Send him. I don't even care. Guangdong Tigers. China. I think China's a little bit nice for him, but he should not be a starting center. He's completely ass. I fucking hate him. Pretty sure I've said that a couple times, but yeah. There's a couple things that kind of need to be addressed. Tyus Jones, kind of tired of seeing him spot up in the corner on offense because he was brought here to be a point guard. I understand he's here on a vet minimum, and maybe that's a reason. Maybe there's a reason for that. I know he was promised a starting position on a quote-unquote contending team, but why the hell wasn't other teams jumping at him? That's kind of a... I mean, I was excited when we got Tyus. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and be like, damn. I mean, Tyus Jones is a good player. He's not a bad player. He's a cone on defense. Like a lot of people on our team. They're cones. We have no defensive players at all. That's why I think we need to get Jimmy Butler. I think that's just kind of something you need to do as a team. Someone said having Nurk as their starting center and Plumlee, who's afraid to shoot the basketball. Yeah, Plumlee's ass. I'm pretty sure you guys have probably seen like the trending and viral, not really trending, or I should say the trending clip of him in the Hornets game, of him just fucking throwing it off the glass. That was awesome. I love that from our starting centers. I don't know why Bobo isn't playing, or Oso. I don't get that. But yeah, it's cool. It's a really tough thing to kind of grasp watching this team, but hopefully it will get better though. Seriously, I really hope it does, because I can't take any more of this. I've been a Suns fan for like a little over 12 years now. I remember the dark ages. Everybody should. You can't really forget about that. And I shouldn't say, I don't know if it's unfair to say that I had more fun watching those teams, but I kind of I was excited to watch the games. That's probably because I was younger too, and I liked watching them. But the games right now have been rough. I have no joy in watching them. Very dead inside when it comes to the Phoenix Suns. Hopefully it can get better though, seriously, because $2 hot dogs though, it's all great. Just kind of looking around at stuff here. I haven't really done a live thing. I said that before already. But there's just so much stuff I can do on this little platform thing here. Oh, we got little background musics. Andre with the comment, how impactful do you think Jimmy is going to be for us? The thing about Jimmy Butler, he's going to make an immediate impact on the court and in the locker room. I think that's something that's very I think it's something that's very known about Jimmy Butler. He's a character. That's just how I'm going to put it. I think one thing that's very underrated about Jimmy Butler, or it's not really talked about a lot, is his playmaking. Because if you get Jimmy Butler, depending on how you go about the moves, because I'm assuming Beal's probably gone this week potentially. It just kind of depends how you go about the moves with his playmaking. Because Jimmy Butler's a great playmaker. I'm not saying he's like a fucking point guard, but I think it just kind of depends how you attack. Another comment. What players do you realistically want in the Suns to make them better? We faced Nick Richards tonight. I liked him. Like that kid. He did more in 13 minutes. Or I should say, what Nick Richards did 13 minutes in playing tonight is more than what Nurkic did in like the past 2 months for the Suns. So that right there alone, make the trade. I don't care. They should have left Nurkic there and came back with Richards tonight. See, Aiden, I have seen you comment this on my Instagram about Derrick Jones. I just don't think contract-wise, because I think he's getting paid a very good chunk of money. And it's just somebody I haven't heard in talks when it comes to my sources around players. So I haven't heard Derrick Jones. I'm not really sure if I'm really sold on him either. But yeah. I'm going to go back to this, about Jimmy Butler. Something else about Jimmy Butler. God, what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Just his defense. I mean, we need more size. That's what's really killing us, and that's what killed us tonight against Charlotte. We had a 6'1" Tyus Jones guarding like a 6'6" LaMelo Ball. He killed him. He really did. He destroyed him. That was terrible. He I think LaMelo had 35 points tonight. And then Brandon Miller kind of did his thing. Miles Bridges, the wife beater that some Suns fans wanted last year. But some other moves the Suns do got to make, though. They just gotta get rid of that. You gotta take care of the center rotation. I think that's more important than getting rid of Beal. If I'm putting this in like an order of Bradley Beal centers, I'm putting the centers over top of that. That's realistically how I'm feeling about this. Got some messages here. I'm tuned in. Shout out to Aiden. I'm just gonna go through some messages real quick so we can get into the stuff that my sources have updated me on in terms of trades and the Bradley Beal situation. All right. So, for Bradley Beal, the main thing right now is trying to convince him to waive his no trade clause, and not right us to any team. It's not just his preferred destinations. Now, this part I don't really buy, but he said if not, that can make another Suns player want out, like a franchise like Devin Booker or Durant. Book's not going anywhere. Kevin Durant, I'm not really sure. I think he wants to stick around with Phoenix. I think that's his. Oh, you might have to trade KD eventually. But I don't want to press that button yet, though. Then I got a lot to read. I really do. When it comes to this, what you think about Matt Ishbia? I like what he stands for like making food and drinks for $2, but he's been diabolical on making decisions and trades. See, I don't think you can really get mad at Matt Ishbia because this has been a losing franchise for ever since Nash and them left, and now. I mean, we had a cheap racist owner. I mean, I don't think you can really get mad at Matt Ishbia. I don't think it's really warranted because I respect what he did. It's all really trial and error for real. I think the Suns will be one of the last teams that try the big three deal. I think if that makes sense. I think the Suns are going to be like one of the last teams to do that. For a minute, because winning in the NBA changes every couple of seasons. Look at the Celtics. They have 2 superstar players, and they're surrounded by a bunch of great, fantastic role players. And they've even changed how the play style is in the NBA just slightly, about just chucking threes. Like it all depends, really. Thoughts on Nurkic? He's fucking ass. I have nothing to say about Nurkic, really. I really hope that fucker like steps on a Lego or something. I fucking hate him. If the season doesn't end well, do you think the Suns will blow it up? Now, this right here is. I'm actually glad you said this, really. Because I don't think the Suns are going to blow it up. I see a lot of people commenting that on my timeline that the Suns should blow it up. This, trade Booker, blah, 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 get picks. When you have an owner like Matt Ishbia, one thing that he's attracted by is making money. He likes money, okay? He's in the mortgage business. He likes the big name players. Once again, we got Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant. Those names on the back of jerseys is what's making him money. I don't see it with Matt Ishbia. Matt Ishbia is always going to find a way to continue to make this playable boy and get a new haircut. Interesting. Is he telling me? Is this for me? I've had a haircut in a minute though. I usually go every 2 weeks, but if this is the haircut part's at me, that's diabolical. But shout out to Cheesy McShuttle Nuts, 1993. Can we see LeBron go to the Suns? Hell no. What the fuck? But no, once again, Aiden, I don't think the Suns will blow this up. Seriously, I don't see that happening. At least not now. Things in the NBA change by the second, so I guess it could change like tomorrow. I don't know. I don't see it happening. Is LeBron out of your level? What do you mean by that? Fucking Bender, dude, I swear to God. Cheers from Canada. Oh, shout out. Is he too good for the Suns? That's probably it. LeBron is too good for the Suns. I could potentially have some other people joining the podcast in a minute here or later on. But what we're going to do, we're going to switch this up. We're going to go watch some of Dwayne Rankin's videos from post game, and we're just going to kind of go over them and examine that real quick. So, we got a couple. No, we just have one. We have Beal and Book. All right, perfect. So we're going to screen share. Hopefully Nurk gets traded tomorrow. That would be fucking awesome. I would love that so much. I'll share a screen here. Dwayne Rankin. Let's get into it. Could we make a trade tomorrow as we aren't playing? Honestly, guys, I'm not really sure. I know Bill Simmons said that a trade could happen this week. I'm not honestly sure if a trade will. I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I think they should. I don't know what's stopping them. I mean, I do. It's the Bradley Beal no trade clause, but do you think the Suns should have stuck with the young core like the Twins, Ayton, and not trade for KD? This right here, I don't agree with. I don't think they should have. I do think you should have kept Ayton, though, honestly. I was really mad when they traded Ayton because Frank Vogel had such high promise. He wanted to make Ayton an all-star center. I really think he could have done it, too. The whole point about Ayton was that he wasn't happy with the front office and he wasn't happy with Monty Williams. He got rid of Monty Williams, and then he traded him. The Suns were set. The Suns' current roster going into the season before that Nurkic trade was perfect. You had Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, who the fuck else? DeAndre Ayton, Kevin Durant. I'm trying to think about point guards right now. Did we have a point guard last year? I'm trying to think before that Nurkic trade, what the roster was looking like. We didn't have Chris Paul because we traded him for Beal. But then he had Toumani Camara on the bench. And I think after we made the Beal trade, Jordan Goodwin, who else brought in Eric Gordon? I really think that roster would have done pretty well if we would have kept Toumani Camara and DeAndre Ayton. I think that's where the Suns messed up because we don't really need Grayson Allen. Oh, we got Bobo as well. I think that team would have really done good, seriously. But yeah, we're getting into some player quotes here. Bradley Beal on tonight's loss against the Charlotte Hornets. Let's get into it.
Playing a team like that. Well, this may be the level of frustration when you have a game like as a team like yesterday, and then follow it up with the performance tonight.
First, praise the Lord, Savior Jesus Christ. Yeah, we can't do that. It's up. We definitely took a step back.
And you know, trying to combat a team that gets after it on the glass like that, is this got to be a 5-man trying to board when you're playing a team like that?
That's tough. I mean, everybody's crashing. You know, bigger ground boards. Boxing out, being in position, putting ourselves in better position, being more physical. Just the guards are crashing, wings are crashing, so we're just the fives.
Okay.
How would that be fair?
Right, just maybe the level of
All right, so taking a look at that, Bradley Beal honestly seems really checked out. I'm curious to see what Devin Booker has to say and just kind of listening to his tone. Someone in the comment section said Isaiah Thomas, that was a 10-day contract, and then he eventually took the last spot on the roster at the end of the season. So no, it wasn't Isaiah Thomas, but hopefully Bobo can play more. They need to get him involved also. Yes. But he said we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that. It's a tough one. We definitely took a step back. The Suns did definitely take a step back, and I don't think they really took a step forward. I didn't think that game against Philadelphia really was a step forward. Once again, it's just been unfortunate how this has really played out with the Suns. I don't know what the hell the problem's been. I know locker room tensions are super high. Eric Gordon told me that last season. So did Drew Eubanks through DMs and conversations I had with them. But let's go take a look at what Devin Booker has to say on tonight's loss.
but still, you guys lost. Maybe just speak to what you found tonight on offense that allowed you to have the kind of night you had.
Just good screens being set there and drop coverage most of the night. We knew that coming in, so it's a time for us to be more aggressive, out of the pick and rolls, and take mid-range shots. And wish we made more threes right off the screen because the big was back in the paint.
Chris, how's your leg?
It's fine.
But still, you guys lost. Maybe just speak to what you found tonight on offense that allowed you to have the kind of night you had.
Just good screens being set.
So pretty much what Devin Booker is saying is they wish he would have made more threes. I don't disagree at all, Book. Once again, it's just something that the Suns, we have some mid-range killers. And the guys that are supposed to be killing it from three haven't really been killing it from three for us. Like Grayson Allen hasn't really been that guy. Mason Rice O'Neal, he's been a fantastic shooter outside of the arc this season for the Suns, just how strictly catching and shooting. Ryan Dunn kind of lost that insanity run he had to start off the season with his three-point shooting. He's kind of lost that. He's now kind of resorted to being more of a slasher type of player, like he was at Virginia. But once again, I think this is just he's still adjusting to the NBA. Tyus Jones was we just got him this year. But yeah, that's just another thing to look at here. Refresh this, see if there's any other player quotes by Dwayne. No, just the Book and Beal one. I don't think there's anything else. I guess Budenholzer said some stuff. I guess we can go ahead and read those real quick. Budenholzer just said, we're trying to find a rhythm, put success after success, and to do it day after day. We didn't get it done tonight. Didn't get it done. We need to get it done. Once again, not saying anything new. That's just, it's a known deal. You got to go and you got to win games. Then he also said, we got to find a way to get hits. Mike Budenholzer as Hornets grabbed 20 offensive boards that led to 19 points to win over Suns. And he also said something about not playing Oso Ighodaro in the fourth. With those three guys, it's a little bit of a gut feel. I think rebounding the size of their fives. I don't really get you, Mike. I really don't understand you. First quarter, we were in a good spot. I thought defensively, everything. Really, just the second quarter, we couldn't maintain what we started in the first quarter. Mike Budenholzer, his Suns outscored 37-17 in the second quarter. Holy shit, really? Mike can't call timeouts. Mike has been very questionable this year. Not gonna lie. But just kind of taking a look at that, listening and taking a look at some of that stuff. What are your guys' thoughts about what Mike, Brad, and Book have said after tonight's game. Honestly, their centers killed us. They're both probably waiting on a change. And I think that's just kind of the Suns are in an awkward spot right now. I know that locker room is awkward as fuck. I know it is. During the 26-6 run, there was one timeout called. Yeah, I think it's inevitable at this point that the Suns, I mean, it's obvious the Suns are moving on from Bradley Beal. There's not really much more to really say on the Suns right now that I didn't say yesterday in terms of the Beal situation. Nothing has really changed with that. I love Tyus, but his defense is just not as good. Exactly. He's not a defender. He's a fucking cone on defense. And on offense, he hasn't really been that great either. I think Book has been a better playmaker this season compared to him. And he can't move Tyus to the bench. I mean, he could. But the only reason he's still starting is because he promised him a starting spot on a minimum contract if he came here on that vet minimum. Now you're kind of stuck with that. And they're just kind of honoring that word. I was really shocked. I was really shocked that Beal went to the bench. See why he's there, because you're trying to force him to accept that no trade clause. Get him the hell out of here. But other than that, guys, not much has really changed within the news and the trade market. I'm sure more stuff will come out as the days come. I'm sure tomorrow we'll get more news. Should we get role players for Beal instead of Jimmy? You know, I'm going to put this up here because honestly, it kind of depends what role players we would get. But in terms of trading Beal right now, the main goal of the trade Beal is to get Jimmy Butler. I don't think the Suns are really looking at other options when it comes to trading Bradley Beal. But with that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I think we had some pretty good convos. And there's not really much more I have to say. So with that being said, guys, please have a good night. Take care, be safe, and maybe we'll be back at this tomorrow. Ciao.